How's everybody doing? It's Frankie O'Hearn, the irritated Irishman. I know. They breathe right strip on my nose, right? It's funny. I told you I needed it. And they do, they work. They hurt like a bitch taking off, though. So, today, I'm going to open up a can of worms and help everybody solve a little bit of a crime history here. First-hand information. And, but before I do that, there's something that irritated me I read the other day. Somebody sent me. It was old videos of Rudy Giuliani doing this whole mafia thing and RICO Act. And I don't have against it. I don't have anything against the guy. I don't have anything against any of those guys. My father, like I said, was a great government guy, and you know, I would have moved on to a career and I have some really good friends in that. But he said something that bothers me. He gave no credit to all these local agencies that helped him during all this time. And he says, my father taught me a real man fights his own battles. He doesn't need 50 guys behind him. So I have a question. Was that the same father that told you a real man wears women's pantyhose and underwear and wigs? Or was it a different one? I just want to know in case anybody knows. And by the way, you didn't fight anybody, pal. It was all these men and women having other badges that did your battles for you. So, let's get that straight. It's kind of like that fat ass guy that used to be on commercials eating sandwiches, but then he shows up to all these guys' funerals to pay respect that yet he had no respect for, but he liked to dress like them. Everybody knows what I mean. Big fat ass, double chin, ran for council or whatever. I don't really care. But anyway, honest and true crime history, and just to help solve the puzzle. So anyway, back a little bit before I was born in the later part of the 60s. My Uncle Ty robbed the post office in Boston, him and some of his cronies, and they never got caught. So about a year and a half before he died, I had a word with him because my Uncle Charlie, my mother's brother, came to me. Didn't come to me, we were talking, and he told me a story, but he says, remember, Frankie, nobody's a rat, and just like everybody says, you can't prosecute a dead man, and unless they say it's okay, we don't talk about it. So my Uncle Ty told me it was okay, but just wait till he's gone. So I waited, and it's been 40-something years anyway, 50 years. Actually, and he told me this like 20 years ago or 25 years ago, so he's safe and everybody's safe. Any case, him and some of his cronies robbed his post office or a truck or whatever. Well, Ty's family's right off the road from Italy. They settled in the North End, and Ty was good friends with my mother's second cousin, who was none other than Vincent Costa. Vinny Costa was one of the guys in the Brinks Robbery. He tells me that Vinny told him how to get away with this and how it'd be easy. So they tried it and they got away with it. And they get away with it forever to this day. So the money gets split three ways. Ty's family was all in the tailoring business, doing sewing. A bunch of the money gets sewed up into suits on the inside liners and gets shipped overseas. Another third of the money went to a prominent figure in New England, not in Boston, for 50 cents on the dollar. Another third of the money went to guys in the North End, who then went elsewhere with it. So, everybody can dismiss it or say he's talking smack, but I'm telling you, this is what I was told by a guy who was in bed, who said he was one of the guys, my uncle, and my Uncle Charlie, my mother's brother, told me the same story. I'm sorry I forgot to tell everybody years ago. I'll use the John Belushi thing out of the Blues Brothers. There was locusts, there was a hurricane, there was a rainstorm. I forgot to tell you. But, oh well. Take it or leave it. At least I don't sound like Snuffleupagus here. As you know, I don't say Snuffleupagus because then I get sued by Sesame Street. And I always hated that fucking show anyway. It's just that they did that box. Which one of those things don't belong here? Let me see. If we're an island, it's three Irish guys carrying an Irish flag. Guy carrying a Union Jack flag with a lady with a crown, looks like an old Seag. Yep, that's the fucking guy. Get him out of here. He's the one that doesn't belong here out of the four. But anyway, Slan, to all my Irish brothers and sisters, Bonasera, to all my Italian brothers and sisters. I'm half and half right down the middle. Imagine that. One side of the family is all cops and military. The other side's all criminals. If you can't go to one to solve a problem, you can definitely go to the other. Everything was perfect. What more could a kid ask for, right? I'll be back to tell more stories later and look into it. Or if any guys are out there in the 80s and 90s that were detectives back then, they're stomping their feet now in their wheelchairs, I'm sorry. All right? See you later. Frankie O'Hearn, the Irritated Irishman.